And so we are called to die. Verse 25, whoever loves his life loses it, and whoever hates his life in this world will keep it for eternal life. So to follow Jesus means dying to our own desires, our own ambitions, and our sin. Jesus turns and applies the principle of the seed to his disciples, and he calls every disciple to follow his example. Listen to John Piper's explanation. I believe it'll be on the screen. Here, the destination is eternal life, and you can miss it by loving your life. That is, by making your goal in life to be safe and secure and comfortable and surrounded by only pleasant things. That is a pathway to perishing. Or, Jesus says, you can take another path and arrive at eternal life. The path is called hating your life in this world. Notice he adds in this world. Hating your life in this world means that you will choose to do things that look foolish to the world. You will deny yourself things. You will take risks and embrace the path of suffering for the sake of love. This, Jesus says, will lead to eternal life, not death. And so Jesus gave up his life, and we are called to surrender everything to him. How can we possibly hate our life? Right? How can we possibly hate our life? Jesus gives us the answer in verse 26. We just follow him. We hate our life in this world by following him. I said that. This means that instead of centering our lives around ourselves, our desires, our comfort, our ambitions, we set our focus entirely on Jesus. The natural way to love your life in this world is to make everything about you. The natural way to make your life, love your life in this world is to make it about you. To pursue self-interest, self-preservation, self-fulfillment above all else. But Jesus calls us to something radically different. The way to hate your life, in the sense that he means here, is not self-loathing, but self-denial. So the answer to self-preservation is self-denial. The answer to self-fulfillment is self-denial. The antidote to self-interest is self-denial. It is the shifting of your affections away from yourself and placing them entirely on Christ. And Jesus gives us a powerful motivation for this kind of life. In verse 26, he says, if anyone serves me, he must follow me. Where I am, there my servant will be also. And if anyone serves me, the Father will honor him. What could be better than this? To be with Jesus, to dwell in his presence forever, and to be honored by the Father. There's no higher joy, no greater reward than losing yourself in devotion to Christ. So true joy is not found in grasping for comfort, for success, or for fleeting pleasures. It comes from letting go of self and clinging to Christ. My greatest desire as a pastor is to help people discover a deep and abiding joy that can only be found in Jesus. The only joy that lasts. Every joy that you could seek outside of Jesus will eventually fail and become ordinary. I don't know where I am. There it is. So it can only be found in Jesus, the only joy that lasts. And here is how we find it. We die to ourselves. You die to your small dreams of self-glory. Die to empty routines that numb your soul. Turn that social media box off. It is harder than you can imagine. I've been trying to do it since last Wednesday, and I cannot tell you the number of times where I am sitting there idly and pick it up and open it. Mindlessly. And so we have to die to these empty routines that numb our soul. We have to die to playing life safe. We have to die to the relentless need to protect our reputations. Die to shallow living, selfish shallow living. Die to greed and self-centeredness. And so the answer is die. And then, and only then, only when you have let go of your life will you truly live. For when you lose yourself for Christ, you gain everything. And in that surrender, in that self-forgetfulness, you will find the joy your soul was made for.